But it was more than just Snake. Ace, 7,
一宮、四つは、セブンも。
Although they were glad to see one another, it wasn't terribly surprising that they had. If it had been the other party who had opened the gate in front of the kitchen, it wasn't unreasonable that they'd bump into one another eventually. The rest of Snake's team, however, did look rather surprised.
どうして？
なんでお前らがこんなところに。
それはこっちが聞きたいぜ。
ではお互い情報交換といこうか。
Sorry. After a moment of silence and surprise, everyone suddenly began to talk, desperate to exchange information. They talked about the rooms they'd been through and how they'd ended up in the same place. Of course, none of that was very useful information, but that hardly mattered. They were happy to simply see one another again. Almost as though they'd already forgotten about the death of the Night Man. Okay, I've seen all this. Hang on.
というわけなんだ。
His part finished, Ace fell silent. For a moment, Junpei was silent in thought, but then he spoke.
つまりこういうことだな。お前らがここを訪れた時には、すでにレッドから基盤は抜き取られていたと。
そこでこの大病室の中をくまなく探してみたものの、結局それは見つからず。
だったらあっちの扉がずらっと並んだ通路の方にあるんじゃねえかと、お前らはそう考えたわけだ。
で、探しに行ったのね。
そうだ。
すると探している間に声が聞こえてきた。
うん。そこで声を追って大病室に戻ってみると。
そう、君たちがいたというわけさ。
一応確認のためにレッドを調べておくか。
そうだな。装置の底の部分に細長い溝のようなものが見えるな。スリットというかスロットというか、とにかく電子部品を差し込むためのものだってのは間違いなさそうだ。
それにしても弱りましたね。レッドが動かなければこの先には進めないわけで。
あっちの直線通路の方はどこか先に進めそうなところはなかったのか？
いや、なかったな。病室なら腐るほどあったが、他には何も。
病室ってことは、あのたくさん並んでた扉は病室の扉ってこと？
そうだ。この大病室とは違って個室のな。
あとは通路の突き当たりのところにドアがあったけど、鍵がかかってて。
鍵穴のところには例の星のマークが刻まれてたよ。触れてみて分かったんだ。あれは木製のマークだね。
またか。至るところにあるんだな。
一体何の意味があるんでしょう。
For a moment, everyone was silent, deep in thought.
何の意味といえば、この大病室もそうだな。一体何なんだここは。この船は客船じゃなかったのか？
Of all people, it was Seven who answered with a calm confidence.
この船はおそらく病院船なんだろう。名前は多分ギガント。
ギガント？
Junpei looked confused. So did everyone else.
何なのよ、そのギガントって。
ギガントっていうのはな、 そうだ。少なくとも俺はそう思ってる。
そんなバカな。1世紀も前に作られた船が現存してるわけがない。
まあまあ、話を聞こうじゃないの。それで根拠は何なの？
根拠？
この船がギガント号だと思う根拠よ。
それはお前あれだ。この船はタイタニック号と病院船2つの特徴を兼ね備えてる。だから
まさかそれだけの理由？
いや、まだある。
何を？
それは
Poor Seven. Seven looked around desperately, doing anything to avoid meeting Lotus's piercing stare. He scratched his head for a moment, then gave up. Finally, he opened his mouth.
わからん。
Lotus sighed and shook her head.
記憶喪失。まだ治ってないのね。
すまんな。
あ、ちょっと待ってくれ。記憶喪失？
Junpei was, he felt, legitimately shocked by what seemed to be new and very important information. Everyone else, however, seemed unimpressed. In fact, they all looked at Junpei as though he had said something very strange.
Huh?
今さら？
He decided to revise his attitude for the next question.
もしかして知らなかったのって俺だけ？
Everyone nodded.
どうして？
ああ、そうか。お前にはまだ言ってなかったな。あの大階段のところへお前がやってくる前に他のみんなには教えたんだよ。目覚める前のことを何も思い出すことができねえってな。
そんな。
Then, almost as if to save Junpei from further embarrassment, a bell began to ring from far away.
鐘の音か。
大階段にあったあの時計の音のようだな。
Skippity, skippity, skippity. You know, technically I could just go on the flowchart for this, couldn't I? Oops.
は？
Gosh dang it. There we go. Flowcharts. How does I... Because now the dialogue's all caught up. I guess that's really the reason I didn't do the flowchart, because, you know... He lifted Ace off the floor and laid him on the bed he'd been leaning against. When Junpei turned around, Lotus gave him a look of pity.
さあ、これで選択の余地はなくなったわね。
That's right. You're being a bitch right now. So, I'm gonna skip this until it gets to the choice where we hit the doors. Junpei's mind was already made up. Yes, it was. We've already been through 8 with Lotus and Clover, so now we go through 7. With 7. Oh. Oh.
どうしてですか？
There we go. Hang on. I think I'm gonna go through door 7. Okay, 7 it is. Yeah, that means Jude's gotta go through 8.
なんでだよ。
Santa grimaced and muttered angrily to himself, but finally began to explain.
俺たち6人が揃ってこの先へと進むにはな、次の3通りのパターンで分かれる以外に方法はねえんだよ。これ以外の選択肢はない。要するに 3と4、5と6、7と8は絶対に同じ扉には入れねえってことだ。分かったな。
そんな、どこか先の方でつながってると。
Alright, You guys are done, right? He stretched and continued. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Clover and I will both go into separate groups. I figure I'll take 8 and Clover can take 7. Any problems with that, Clover? Clover looked away and was silent for a moment. Whatever. It was more of a dismissal than agreement, but Santa didn't seem to care. Alright, we're ready to go.
行こ
At Santa's command, the group split and headed for their respective doors. Clover, 7, and Junpei walked toward door 7. Santa, Lotus, and June headed for door 8. For a long moment, they stood in front of the door. 7 took a deep breath.
準備はいいか。
う。ああ。
うん。
行くぞ。
開いた。
A narrow hallway stretched out before them. 7 and Clover leapt through the door.
よし。
行こう。
The moment they did, the bracelets beeped. The detonators in the bracelets had been activated. Junpei stepped forward to follow them. But as he was about to step over the threshold, he stopped. He looked to his right, toward door 8. June stood there, a mirror image of Junpei. She turned and looked toward him. Their eyes met. They nodded.
紫。
純平君。
Their farewell took almost 1.5 seconds.
何やってんだ、ジュンペイ。
Then someone took hold of Junpei's arms and hauled him bodily through the door. He heard the sound of the numbered door slam shut behind him. His bracelet gave a cold electronic beep.
残り81秒だ。って言ってる時間ももったいない。行くぜ。
Seven led the way down the hallway. Junpei and Clover followed him as fast as they could. After what seemed like far more than 81 seconds, they reached the end of the hall.
見て、左の扉。あそこにデッドがある。
There was no time to rest or catch their breath. All three slammed their hands in quick succession over the scanner panel on the dead. Still trying to catch his breath, Seven leaned heavily against the door. The door? The wall.
止まった。止まったぜ。
His smile seemed forced and a little crooked.
ナンバリングドアを通り抜けたのはこれで2度目になるが。やっぱりヒヤヒヤするもんだな。
He stood up straight, no longer out of breath, and wiped some of the sweat from his head and neck. Clover smirked at him.
図体の割には意外と肝っ玉は小さいんだね、おっさん。
なんだとてめえ、もう一遍言ってみろよこれ。
図体の割には意外と玉は。
てめえ、殺されてえのか。
やれるもんならやってみなさいよ。
おお、上等じゃねえかこのクソガキが。
おいおい、こんなところで仲違いはやめろよ。
This is like a complete opposite of how she was when you go through door 8 with her. When you go through door 8, she's just like, go away. Leave me alone. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to say a word to you. This time she's just like in bitch mode. She's just like, look, fuck you.
何の得にもならないだろうが。たく。
Junpei sighed. Ugh, kids, I swear. Sometimes he wondered if the doors and the puzzles were really the greatest challenge they faced.
ちょっとここで待っててくれ。他にも扉がないかどうか調べてくるから。
They didn't respond, but Junpei wasn't in the mood for a conversation anyway.
ナンバリングドアはやっぱりこっち側からじゃ開かないか。
Well, you wouldn't want to go
今入ってきたばかりだもん
backwards.
な。
You don't need to go backwards, Junpei. That's not gonna help you any.
こっちの左の方、一本だけ脇道があるみたいだが。鉄の壁か。どうやっても開けられそうにないな。
At last, he gave up and returned to Seven, who was tapping lightly on the wooden door.
どうせここを開くしかないんだろう。
あ、そうみたいだ。
扉の上に何か書いてあるね。読める？あの金属製のプレート。
オペレーティングルーム。
Ooh. Operating room. I don't want to go into an operating room.
どうやらこの先は手術室になっているらしい。
手術室か。少なくとも今聞いて嬉しい名前じゃないな。
Something about it made Junpei feel nervous.
とにかくうだうだやってても仕方がねえ。早速だが中を拝ませてもらうことにしよう。
Seven grabbed the brass knob and slowly opened the door. The creak of the hinge sounded like the groan of an old woman.
どうした？
いや、なんでもない。
A chill snaked its way down Junpei's spine.
入ろう。
Quickly, he gathered what courage he could and took the first step into the room. Seven followed with Clover right behind him. Part of the room just past the door was obscured by a screen.
なんだこのついたては。
見てみればわかるでしょ。
あ、おい、四つ葉。
Clover's curiosity got the better of her, and she darted past Junpei to peer around the screen. Oh my gosh! Clover! Who's there? Her scream nearly blew out Junpei's eardrums. Mine too.
四つ葉。
He and Seven ran toward Clover to see what had frightened
おい
her.
どうした？
They ran to the screen, and the cause of her outburst was immediately clear.
なんだこいつは。
まさか死体？
It was something that looked kind of like a human lying across some sort of bed. No, not a bed. An operating table. Dun dun dun! The table sat on a rusty steel lift, and a cluster of bright operating lights shone down on it from the ceiling.
確かめるか。
ああ。
Slowly, they approached. As they got closer to the body, it became clear that it wasn't a body at all.
こいつは。
なんだよ。ただの人形じゃないか。
人形？
Clover did not look terribly comforted. Slowly, she approached the operating table and looked as intently as possible from as far away as possible at the thing. Junpei could see her relax.
本当だ。人形じゃん。たく、脅かさないでよね。
She heaved a great sigh of relief and wiped a few drops of sweat from her forehead. Seven smirked.
肝っ玉の小さい女だな。体と同じでミクロサイズか。
うるさい。黙れ、筋肉バカ。
お、 やんのかちびっこめ。
Good lord, can you two chill?
上等じゃないのよ、この黒豚まんじゅう。
おいおい、またかよ。いい加減にしてくれ、頼むから。
き
やれやれ。ところで、どうやら彼も立派な肝っ玉を持ってるらしいな。と言っても肝臓ではなく心臓のようだが。
あ、こいつか？この胸のところにある。
For some reason, I picture Seven like when he says, "Huh? Oh, you mean this?" And he just like takes it and he's like in his chest and just rips the heart out and just like, "Oh, you want me to have this thing?" And just like shaking it around like in front of him, like, "I got it, I got it."
そうだ。
It was set a little higher than normal for a human body, but from the shape of the organ, there could be no doubt that it was a heart.
なんで心臓なんか。
ただの人形じゃないってことだろうな。
人体模型？
Yes.
夜のお友達かもしれないぜ。
Really, Seven? Really? Seven's grin was more than a little perverted. Clover glared at him.
とにかく室内を調べてみよう。行動開始だ。
うん。
了解だ。
Puzzles! Seek a way out. Ah, the soundtrack though. First things first. I am going to call that 3 hours. We're gonna go through this puzzle and the puzzle after next time. I don't know if I'm gonna get the true end next time. I highly doubt it because there's gonna be a whole shit ton of dialogue toward the end, and I can't skip any of that because, you know, story reasons and shit. But, I will do what I can. So yeah, I'm gonna save here. Yeah, there we go. Now I can hear myself because of the music. Music's really loud. And it's like super turned down on mine too. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, give it a big thumbs up. Stay cool, keep crazy, and I hope to see you all in the next video. Ta-ta!